Now, who here started their business to make money
Not
and
me.
have an exit?
I know.
Most of you, right? When M&A and stuff like this is happening, it means opportunity. So all of you that got into business, to grow a business, to have a financial outcome, a transaction where you could be financially safe, this is what's driving that. Like Joe just said, 5-7 years ago, you were trying to define and explain what an MSP is. Today, you say, I'm an MSP, and people nod their head and know, right? The industry is driving and propelling and creating more and more opportunity for you. You got sitting between $8 billion here now. That's insane, if you think about it. 5 years ago, what was the most valuable company in the space? Maybe $1 billion when Datto did their big raise, right? Like, companies weren't hitting that level of value. Look at the opportunity for you now. Look at companies like Electric, who just went out and raised, what was it, a $20 million stack on at $1 billion valuation. This is insane, the opportunity that you guys all have now to jump on or keep riding that wave and take your piece of the opportunity. Here's why, right? I get the business, viability of it all. If you're valuing your business and if you're looking at, what your business is worth, having pre-booked, forward-looking revenue is very good for you and it's very advantageous. And I would never fault a business for making that business decision. But I think we live in a world now where the modern consumer is the business consumer, and they want to be able to consume and leverage and subscribe to services the way they can everything else in their life. It's a consumption model, it's a consumption world. And if you look at some of the unit economics and some of the metrics that a lot of modern companies are using, net retention rate is one that comes up. It's stuff that Datto reports on their net retention rate and other public companies like Enable. And that's where you can recoup some of that value, and I get the cost savings and stuff like that. But for me, I'd always want a partner or a customer or a client that wants to be in business or that is in business with us because they want to be in business with us. Not because they have to, not because they feel they're doing it. So, on the partner experience, on the customer experience, thanks, big guy.
And no touching them, all right? Just keep
You never said that.
You're out of control. Like, I'm Michelle. Like, next thing, try that on her. Let me see what happens.
I think it comes down to the partner experience, the customer experience, and you're doing great things with it, but I think that doesn't have to be attached to an agreement that way. But every business, I would never fault a business for doing it, but if you don't like them, like Fred said on stage, you don't have to sign them. You don't have to do that. You have an option. So I don't see them. We're investing in MSPs, figuratively speaking, to drive them forward so that we can create more opportunity for you guys, so we can create more opportunity for everybody up here. So this year alone, and we're not a $1 billion company, but we're investing $3 million in educating MSPs to help them drive growth, to help them become better operationally and make themselves better. The other thing that we're doing, though, is making sure that for all the effort you guys are putting in, everything that you do with Rob and all the stuff that you work on, the deals you close, the clients that you're expanding with, that you're actually getting paid for what's getting delivered. We had an MSP stop by the booth today, and they found $1,200 in the last week that they weren't billing their clients for every month. It's $14,000, more than $14,000 a year in profit that we just put back in their pockets. Another one that came by and found $2,500, $30,000. I'd venture to say there's MSPs here who didn't profit $30,000 last year. 25% of MSPs are losing money every year. So that's what we're trying to do, is make sure that all of this business that you've earned, the business that you've sold, that you're getting paid for it, so that all the tools that you're selling, that consumption is flowing through properly to your clients without you pulling your hair out every month. The other thing that we're offering is freedom of choice. So as an integration platform, we allow a whole bunch of tools, there's a couple up here, to be able to connect to your PSA. Now there's a big deal that just got announced and there's some skepticism and people worried, right? But if you think about it, if you think, is somebody gonna lock somebody out on an integration? Are they gonna stop something from flowing for me? We've worked with groups like Datto, with Kaseya, with all the other PSA platforms to make sure that we can continue to foster an open ecosystem where you have freedom of choice. That's the stuff that we're doing to help the industry.